Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Video Game Show. My name is Ross Gillespie.
My name's Emma Lewis.
And my name's Tom Knights.
Yeah, right. Warner Brothers Games?
Yep, we bought more Kombat, but
Right.
NetherRealm Studios.
NetherRealm Studios, well they're new as well, so it's not going to be
Sort of a mixture
Midway
of,
or whatever, is it?
well, it's a mixture of Midway and Acclaim. It's a new Mortal Kombat for the Xbox 360. A reboot of the original Mortal Kombat.
Didn't they do a Mortal Kombat 5 only a couple of years ago?
Yes, but it was sort of it's been a mixture of tag team Mortal Kombats and
Because I thought Mortal
trilogies
Kombat
and things
4,
like that.
which was like a Deadly Alliance, that came out,
Yes.
well, in my mind it came out only a couple of years ago, but I think it was 2002 maybe, but the one from PlayStation 2, that was actually a really good game, so this is, whether a reboot was entirely necessary, I'm not sure, but anyway, it's been given the Street Fighter 4 treatment, hasn't it?
Kinda.
And I wasn't massively a fan of Street Fighter 4, but...
chosen two-player.
Right, we have
need
chosen
to go
two-player,
back.
let's go back, exit. Am I controlling this, or
Yes,
are you,
you
Ross?
are,
I'm
you're
not
playing
sure.
No, it's me. but
Okay.
I'm controlling
That's
it.
odd.
So we've been playing the game a whole 30 seconds, people don't know anything.
We already got it wrong. Okay,
Fight, yes.
fight.
You've got to change that to
Oh,
two-player.
one player, so it says at the top.
2 player.
Oh, two-player versus
Yeah,
mode.
player.
What? No.
4 player. You can have a tag team in this game.
Okay.
So versus mode, team ladder, versus mode.
The idea of a tag team is actually really good. I quite like that.
2 on 2, like the Tekken tag, you press your button to tag in, tag out.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's do one on one
Mm-hmm.
to start with. Has this got some new faces as well as the familiar roster of characters, or is it?
It has actually.
I mean, I tell you what's quite nice actually is that you aren't, because towards the later Mortal Kombats, it was getting a little bit silly. Like there was a screen full of characters, and most of them you didn't care about.
They've artistically changed
Now
it.
it's kind of okay. Okay.
I mean, you look at Reptile, he looks completely different to
Ooh,
Sub-Zero.
I don't really like the weird looking reptile that much because he's
Sick.
one of my favourites.
I'm not sure I like the new Smoke, he looks a bit like Lee from Tekken.
Yeah, and Noob Saibot, everyone's favourite cheating character.
Why is he a cheating character?
Well, because he's basically like all of the other ninjas, or was always like all of the other ninjas, but much more
Who's the guy
powerful,
with the dodgy
faster.
teeth,
So,
by the way? There was some.
dodgy teeth.
Yeah, down on the second bottom row. Along on the second.
Oh,
yeah,
Baraka.
who's that?
Baraka.
He's mental, he's just
he looks
from
mental.
another planet.
He's like a soldier of the outworld people, I think. Right, so.
Shall we actually have a fight?
I think
Well, I just think it's quite fun just going around and looking at all the different people.
I've chosen Subby.
But we should, at some point, yes. Okay, I'm going to go with Cabal.
Really?
Yes, I always quite like Cabal.
He was sort of like a nowhere character, he was never really
Well,
not big story.
Cabal, interestingly
disagree.
enough, and the way he looks in
But he's
this,
got
he's looking a bit like the Scarecrow character in Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh.
Very similar
he was
graphics.
based on the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he's got needles on his fingers.
I actually know all
He's
the
got
stories.
big hook swords.
This fight will be your last.
Well, my favourite is normally Reptile, but anyway.
Fight.
Okay, so it's going to take me a little while to get...
Block.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
I think Ross has liked having a bit of a head start. It's not really stitching, but instead, has it, Ross?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember the moves from the
What
SNES
is,
days.
if the two of you could pay attention, look what's going on in the background.
Oh,
There's
just
somebody getting like sacrificed up on a
Oh,
altar.
yeah.
stop doing that.
He's not going to stand and let you kick his ass, Ross. It's not going to happen.
Wow, that's a
Wow.
good one. Okay, what was Cabal's other move? Yeah, some sort of... Oh, wow. That was a Mortal Kombat favourite, so...
What, spinning the legs out from underneath
Yeah.
them?
Oh,
What the
that's
hell?
interesting. I think it freezes me if I come into contact with it.
Oh yes!
Oh,
That was nasty.
My guy keeps jumping, it's not nice.
You're the one making him jump. Oh, go on, kick his ass. Ross doesn't like to lose in these kind of games, I don't think.
Nope.
Way!
Boo!
Oh wow, you've broken my faceplate off. I think with your brutal beatings. Well, Ross has lost enough Tekken games, so he knows what it's like.
Kick your ass at Tekken.
It's alright, because whoever I fight, I'll probably get my ass kicked. So.
I'm trying to. The moves are not in the right place.
When he's jumping around, why are you trying to swipe his legs? That doesn't make any sense.
I want a different character.
No, you can't do that. You have to stick with him. You should have chosen that guy you went earlier.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Breaker.
You were blocking there.
Ow!
Oh.
How did you do the throws? Ooh,
Stay away
careful.
from that.
Throw his RB.
Ooh!
Oh.
Stop him doing that. See, you could have been really smart there and did a very odd finisher, but I liked the fact that you kept it kind
Well,
of.
you kind of have to know the finishing moves, and if I don't,
Yeah,
so
big
and I don't know Kabal's finishing moves, so it's just classic uppercut.
I'm gonna take a new fighter.
I think select a new fighter looks good. I'm going to go with someone else, and I'm going to go with who've we got?
Johnny Cage from
Johnny
original.
Cage, Johnny Cage is.
What are the girls
Oh,
like?
Kung Lao.
Seriously.
Well,
What
pick
are
up Lassie.
The girls.
I keep.
Sonya is the classic.
Where is she?
Left, second one up.
Left, second one up.
Left, left, left.
Right.
I'm not
I've made
actually
my choice.
controlling this, by the way.
Yeah, you're 2P. So if you go down now, 4.
There you go.
Sonya.
She's good, is she?
Well, she's a good lassie. She was in the first Mortal Kombat. She ran away from
Seriously,
Japs.
but the thing is, you could not fight with your boobs hanging out like that. That's ridiculous.
Well, let's find out.
It's just not clever.
They aren't actually real though, they're just riveted to a rib cage.
Obviously.
Yeah, they're velcroed onto her chest.
Can I
Right.
ask why
So Raylan's
some
pretty good.
girl,
Ooh.
like, all kind of...
Okay, this became very. What's that game? Oh, that's a cheat.
I don't even know the friggin... How'd you jump?
No, I'll do it. That's RB. Oh.
Oh, that's nasty!
R trigger is blocked, by the way.
Thank you, Ross. That would have been helpful a minute ago. But
And
never mind.
the right button is throw if you get close enough. Oh! She's kicking the nuts.
Too right. It's
Tom,
not
you're getting your ass handed to you.
Wow. Well, that was short. and
That was a
sweet.
complete
Yeah.
fluke, everyone, because I have no idea what I'm doing, quite frankly.
How do you use torpedo? That's what I want to know.
Round towards
Well,
and
do you know what? I'll be happy for you not to learn how to do that. Oh, God.
You need to stop
Shit.
doing that. Electrifying.
I do not like not having control of jump via a button, I have to be honest and say. That's very odd for me, not being somebody who only plays fighting games.
Yeah, that is something
Woo!
about
I do like her jumping, that's very cute.
There's a big monster in the background.
Yeah, I do like the backgrounds, they're very interesting.
It's like Gladiator.
Oh, shit. There's quite a lot of blood everywhere, that's not good. Is that like another character that's been tied up to those posters? That just seems random.
Looks like Katana.
It does, that's what I was thinking. Inside the menu it looked like her. Oh dear.
That's quite powerful.
That was in the crotch.
two are wrecking each other. Look at your faces.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the point of a fighting game, don't you think?
Yeah, but the graphics are amazing. Highly detailed.
The graphics are very good actually, I've got to say. And like just the animations and stuff are really... See, I was pressing back to block, which is probably not very good.
I don't even know really what block is, so you know, it's all good.
Go on. Yes!
Yes! That is awesome! Oh, look at Stephen!
She's absolutely knackered. No, I'm playing you.
Alright, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's what Emma looks like on her day off.
Yeah, right.
Right, I'm gonna pick a robot.
No.
Okay. See, as I remember, the robots came in like Mortal Kombat 3, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had like missiles coming out of their
Androids.
chests. And something that I haven't seen yet, what I was trying to do in the last match is one thing that Mortal Kombat 2 has been quite big on is projectiles, like fireballs and such like. How do you do them? I don't seem to.
Well,
I'm having to pick them up.
is that me or is that you?
That's
For
you.
some reason, I'm not actually touching anything and it's jumping about the place like a
Maybe it's
maniac.
the joystick.
Right, who's that?
Ermac. He was one of the ninjas.
From the third one, I think.
She
Yeah.
looks a bit mental. Let's go.
She's got a very loud scream if you can find the move.
Okay. She like a banshee.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at her hair.
She does look a bit
She was-
Cruella de Vil.
Wasn't
Yeah.
she like...
It's got that kind of thing going on.
You look a bit like a mental
CP3PO.
CP3PO, yeah.
Pathetic and weak.
She's wearing
And
a
you
nice
need to
clothes.
get some friggin' clothes on, woman. Look at stay you.
What a move!
She's not got very good moves compared to Sonya. by the way.
Oh wow!
I can tell you right now that she's a bit shit. And to the viewing public, don't go this character, it's a bit mental.
I just love watching his little bombs that keep flying out of there.
Oh, crikey. Do you know what? Are you Spider-Man or something? What's with these weird-ass web things? I cannot get her moving, by the way. Oh, did you see that
The
car
car.
go by?
Yeah, it's a bombed out city. Or another big beastie
I think we
dragon.
could tell who's going to win this, by the way. If I could even make her jump, I would, but she doesn't seem to want to do that.
Oh,
what
that was a
that?
move. How's the more of that?
I can make her get away from the friggin' bombs, but could she actually do anything that was useful? She just like doesn't do anything.
You don't quite see that the arsenal that Cyrax does.
Oh god. Jesus! Oh, crikey.
I'm just going to ask you about that.
I don't think you even needed to. Your bombs did the job for you.
Oh, mind you, Symbol's making a bit of a comeback.
She's shit. Let's be honest, she's fucking shit. I have no want to ever be this character ever again. Oh god, woman. She's
Wow.
rubbish. Everyone's
Look at
never, ever choose that character. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that was our review of Mortal Kombat for the Microsoft... No, fuck off. Let me try that again. For the Xbox 360. Alright.
Why would you say Microsoft?
I don't know, it just pops in there. Well, that was our review of Mortal Kombat for the Xbox 360. More of a reimagining and remaking of Mortal Kombat, and I think it was pretty darn good actually. Much
Really
better than
enjoyed
the
it.
last two.
Yeah.
It's something that you get into and actually play. It's fun. You don't have to worry about special moves, or well, there's special moves, but you can play without it or with it, as we found out with me versus Emma. That was a good fight.
Yeah,
I did have a really crap character in my defence. You couldn't move that character, seriously. My first
Which
one was fine.
Sindel.
Yeah, Cinder was rubbish, but Sonya was pretty good.
I really liked it. I mean, a big
question for me when rebooting like a franchise like this is where does it, how does it compare to the sort of Tekken and Soul Calibur series that have used that 8-way run kind of thing and used their 3 dimensions to the fullest extent? Would it stand up against them? And I think it actually fits in a niche that is quite separate. I mean, the impression I got was although it may be superficially similar to the Tekken games, say, it's actually a very different experience to play. It's not as serious. It's a lot more fun. Well, more fun. I'm not sure about that, but
it's more like Street Fighter.
I have to be honest and say I prefer the traditional fighting as in staying on the one line.
One-on-one.
What I didn't like about Tekken was it started moving around and
they
that
only did that in
confused me.
Tekken 4, but they took that off. I mean, it's not as heavy as it is now. I mean, I'm a major Tekken player, but now Mortal Kombat changed and it went down and it bought by different companies and lots of different things around. This time, it just thrown it all out, grabbed a bunch of characters from the first couple of games and made it a new game. And you're right. It's fitting. It's not Street Fighter. It's not Tekken. It's not Soul Calibur. It's Mortal Kombat.
I much preferred this to Street Fighter 4, which is a similar reboot. I thought that was a good game, but I thought this was a lot more fun.
Street Fighter 4 is more like a comic book game, but next to size out here. Whereas Mortal Kombat admits that it's got a reptile, it's got an android, it's got a guy with 4 arms. It's just, it knows it's silly.
And it's a very good looking game as well, isn't it?
Yes, looks fantastic. I mean, it might be gaudy as hell, but what they've done in the backgrounds as well, animated animals and all that, like what we have. But I think it was very good and worth the money if you buy it.
Sure. What do you think about the representation of women in this game, Emma?
I
Sonia.
thought
When you were Sonia.
We heard a bit about that.
the huge chests were interesting and
fall over.
a total, what would you call it?
Disrespect?
Against the laws of gravity, I would imagine. But from my point of view, playing this game, I'm not really into fighter games, but I did enjoy my short time on it, and I do think I'd pick it back up again. So
I do have one more gripe before we finish, and I'm going to need a control pad to demonstrate this.
Oh god.
Now, these guys, when they play games, hold their control pad like this.
Thumb on top.
Thumbs on top.
This is
And
interesting.
whereas I hold it in the sort of
The very weird way.
the alternative
Fingers
beat 'em
on
up
top.
fighting game position, which is fingers on top like that. However, Mortal Kombat, I'm not sure if you can change the setup, but it needs the shoulder buttons. So that's very annoying for me because block is a shoulder button, and I didn't do any blocking in that, but I couldn't because my
Well, you want a match with it blocking.
my fourth finger. So that for me
It's a
is
very
my
personal gripe,
minor
Tom, I
personal
think.
gripe. But, but I'm not the only person who does this. I know I'm not the only person who
Right,
does this.
well, I've looked in the menu. Yes, you can change the button configuration.
Okay, there you go. That means I'm happy.
Despite that, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
Yep, so am I. Really
So
liked it.
Yeah.
We all like Mortal Kombat. Go out and buy it, people.